infantry gunners to take care of. This shouldn't be too difficult. Still should be interesting, though. But that's secondary, so I'm going to save it for after the fact. As far as this goes.
You're fine.
We can install this power monitor and get at it with that. But I'm almost disappointed in these materials. This is what passes for a guard detail these days. I mean, really. I know these guys are basically military equivalent of all security guards, but even so, that's just sad. Now, my guard droid friend, your days are numbered.
Good work. Signal's coming in,
And
clear as a
we will
bell.
finish you off.
Most of the power's being drawn to the
Quick
administrative
like.
complex of the Balmoran Arms
As in
Factory.
how we just
The
did.
barrager must be there.
An administrative complex doesn't sound so threatening.
Don't be so sure. Probably plenty of security is still standing between you and the barrager. I've got Commander Maydeen on hold for you. If we don't meet again, well, for Balmora's sake, I hope we do.
Looks like we were both hard at work. You've got the barrager's location. I've got Dr. Karsiri.
Good thing, too. The barrager lab's been fortified beyond recognition. Freeing the Gorinth Brig prisoners must have put a scare into the Empire. They're driving us hard to finish the weapon. The Empire's made Darth Minax our overseer. She was a slave driver before, but now, any minor setback is grounds for execution.
Sith are deadly and
Well, I
unpredictable.
take back everything I
She's a
said
real
about
live
admin
red-skinned
buildings being
Sith
non-threatening.
nightmare. Without their research, Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis couldn't have anticipated our progress. There's some vital extra steps to making their hack work.
Looks like they could have used your expertise.
No one could have gotten as far as the barrager's designers. I can just get you a little further. Use the barrager spike on the subsystem controllers, then on the main power core. It'll allow full control when you arrive.
No one will forget what you've done for Balmora, Doctor.
I only did what any Balmoran would have done. I'd better get back before Darth Minax comes looking. I hope to meet you in person soon.
This is it. Follow Dr. Karsiri's instructions and get to the barrager. Maydeen out.
Okay, and this is hardly turning out to be a routine operation for the military, now is it? It's been a bit of a... what's the word? Oh yes, clusterfuck. Let's be honest, it's really been a clusterfuck. And we're not taking that route because it actually has us deep in the trenches, rather than on the surface where we want to be. I mean, if we were actually with the ground troops participating in the assault, we'd want to be down in the trenches for the extra protection. And seeing as that's not the case, and both our objectives happen to be in the same place now, so it's a good thing I did that in the order that I did. Get our anti-fleet weapons away from the Empire. Really don't want them having one of those. Bad news doesn't begin to cover it, honestly. Now you guys do me a favor and just die, would you?
I thought Balmora was rough on
That'd
the
be
outside.
real sweet
We'll
of
be lucky
you.
to get out of here alive.
That's my favorite kind of enemy. Kinds that die. And don't make it annoying. True. So considering the soldiers that the Empire sends after us in most cases tend to not be the most, how should I put this? Ah yes, competent. Considering that most of the Empire's soldiers wouldn't know sound military tactics if it hit them on the head, then I don't have a massive... So, we'll finish up in here, and that should do it. Shouldn't be too difficult.
You'll live.
And I see an Imperial gunner over here. 2, in fact. That's 3 dead. That's 4 dead. We need to move on to taking out these gunners. Because otherwise, we're going to have problems. Arms guards are not what I'm after. We need to take out gunners, not arms guards. So the fellow over there is not it. Spike this subsystem controller. If I miss everything's spread out. Nice. There's 2 gunners. That's the gunners dealt with, so now they can commence with their assault. So on that front, yeah, it's nice that everything is essentially on its way to everything else. Makes it nice and convenient to accomplish these quests when all my objectives are on the way to objectives for other quests. So I don't have to mess around and go to an area like 14 different times. Which if you remember, I did have to do for Tatooine. I ended up in the same locations like 5 or 6 different times because of how spread out everything was. And how I managed to do a bad job of figuring out when I should return to town to turn in that quest. Auxiliary subsystem controller. I see. Well, deal with these idiots, and then we can spike a couple of those subsystem controllers. That should be controller 1. Controller 2. And just up here is controller number 3. There we are. Third and final controller. The power core. I'm hoping this will be the final thing we need to spike, but I find it unlikely. After that, we're probably going to have to actually make it in to the place we need to go. Because then we will have to actually remove the barrier. Oh, so this is its laboratory. Maybe we don't have to retrieve it because it's so big it can't be carried around. That might make sense, actually. It's gonna be operator. Spike it. See controller station. And that was a terrible French accent, I know. And unlike other times, I don't really care to bother with doing the bonus. I mean, we are level 50. Crying out loud. The bonus doesn't really matter. If we get it in the course of doing what we naturally do, that's very good. Otherwise, I can't be bothered. Or if we get close enough, I might decide to go ahead and kill a few extra enemies. Because that wouldn't make much difference either way. And therefore, I might as well do it. I might go with that, but who knows.
I'm sorry, Darth Minax. I had the codes put in place, but the locks seem to have failed.
Half the Imperial army, and
we've got
still
6
the Republic
of
gets inside.
12.
Secure the weapon. You
I
found
can't
the
be
barrier
bothered,
designers
honestly.
among the rest of the rabble you freed, didn't you? Pathetic, idiotic Republic luck.
Oh dear, he's in here. You Sith are such sore losers. And you're also incompetent fools.
You must learn to control your
By the
emotions.
way, I must brag
You
about
mistake
this.
anger for
I
weakness.
killed Darth Angral.
A dangerous
I'm afraid unless you claim
miscalculation.
to be better than him,
Balmorra belongs
you are
to the
screwed.
Empire. The barrier
So
will
I
only
hope
remove
you've
all
updated
doubt.
your will
You
recently.
were very foolish to
You
come
will
here.
not be getting another
Perhaps now
chance to
you'll
do
understand why.
Or maybe I just enjoy watching you be annoyed with me. Maybe I find the fact that you think you have a snowball's chance in hell of defeating me funny. I do, by the way. I find your anger very amusing. And you are very nearly dead. Though I'm not sure how much of that
Dr.
is due to
Carcer,
my inherent
is anyone there?
awesomeness and how much
Here,
is
Commander.
due to the fact
Darth Minax and
that
the
I'm
other Imperials
actually
are dead. The Barrage is
making
ready
sure
to accept your
use
spike.
all of my specials rather than just
Use the
3 or
Barrager's
4
spike to get
abilities I'm
control.
rather fond
I'm
of.
sending a recovery crew
Probably
to
the
take over
latter, all
operations.
things considered.
To take over? But the Barrager is a threat to Balmora. It must be destroyed, you know that.
Is something wrong here?
What's wrong is that your commander is willing to sacrifice Balmora for a Republic victory. Destroying a fleet takes every bit of power a planet can give.
I'm
Solar,
sorry,
geothermal,
I
hydro.
don't quite
If
follow.
it's part of Balmora,
Did
it's
I miss
powering
something,
the Barrager.
Doctor?
It will leave the planet an empty shell with nothing left to defend. The Empire wanted the Barrager so they could hold Balmora forever. Now I see the Republic does too. Commander Medine lied to us.
Is this true, Commander?
Whatever your assumptions, Doctor, I made it clear that we needed to get control of the Barrager.
You never said the Republic planned to use it.
You really
Wait,
think we destroy
hold
something
on,
that could
calm
prevent
down for a
Valentino's
second,
Paris
Doctor.
or
Let's
Coruscant,
hear his side.
save millions of lives and guarantee a Republic victory? This war is not over. I can feel it. I know the cost is high, but the Barrager could make sure the Republic wins that war. We have to claim it.
I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. I mean, it's a powerful weapon, and it could enable you to make sure that your enemy cannot take one of your worlds, but it would make that, at best, a Pyrrhic victory, and at worst, you would lose an entire planet and have to spend decades, if not generations, rebuilding it. I don't think it's worth it. It doesn't seem to give you any inherent advantage that wouldn't destroy what it let you keep. So I have to say the Barrager is far too costly a weapon. Destroy it. I mean, I don't like doing just this. I feel like that's too limiting, and if I had the option, I would say to keep the files and continue working on changing the designs and maybe making it so that the Barrager
We can't
didn't
sacrifice one
require
planet to save
nearly as
another.
much power.
Blast it! Do you realize what you're doing?
Work on the power
You've given the Empire a
requirements.
second
That's what I would
chance.
say if I had the choice. Keep the designs and start working on the power requirements, but destroy this variant.
There. Good as new.
The Barrager's power core is overloading. We have to evacuate.
And it's time to say goodbye to the Barrage, I think. Okay. Heading out. And shit is going boom boom. And thank God Kira is okay. I have to say right now that Commander Medine is going to be really bitchy about this. I can feel it. I just can tell he is not going to be happy. Lower Sundari Outpost. come. We're getting to the point where quests really are super spread out, and we cannot
I've done as you wished.
feasibly walk to them all without me having to do a titanic amount of editing. So at the beginning, Balmora's quests were not very spread out, but as I've started to get a few more of them, they've become more spread out. So it's better than some planets in that regard, but not the best that it could have been, let's just
Mechanized
say.
travel is for official business only.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem. But now, we'll be taking this speeder. And we need to speak to Commander Medine. And I imagine end that question. Though, I wonder if it might be possible to do something about the files. Maybe we have a copy of the designed Ravager. Because I have to admit, this whole Ravager thing kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth because I was of two minds about it. Being able to prevent something like what happened in the original Knights of the Old Republic, where Terrace was destroyed by orbital bombardment by driving the fleet away. It is a powerful tool, but I just think the cost of it was too high. And as I said, it would have been a Pyrrhic victory at best, and just another form of defeat at worst. But it looks like Commander Medine does not agree with that particular assessment of the matter. It's unfortunate, but there's really nothing that can be done.
Stay alive.
I'll sell this stuff. None of it's really worth keeping around.
Glad to share my skills with someone talented.
Crap. And yeah, Medine is not going to be happy.
We can spar anytime.
I can tell. I can just tell. We have a few
Imperial still
abilities
have
I can
stockpiles
buy.
here. We need 2 squads up on the Goran Plateau. You're back.
There we go.
We're in the middle of final troop
Go ahead and bitch
The
at me.
Empire's
Let's
lost,
get
but they're
this over
attacking
with.
on their way out. I don't think you realize what you've done. If we had the Barrager, the Imperials wouldn't have fired another shot.
The Empire's on Balmora to win. We're here to help.
I wanted to
Victory
give the
is
Republic
the
the best shot I could at defeating the Empire. Were you there when the
point
Empire
of
attacked Coruscant?
winning if
They
you
came out of nowhere.
destroy
We
an
couldn't do
entire
anything about
planet,
it.
if it's used.
The Empire invaded Balmora. I promised myself that it would end here. Can you blame me?
Dr. Karsiri risked his life for Balmora, not the Republic.
For a scientist, he's got guts. Maybe he can help, if he ever forgives me. I'm glad it was you making the call and not me.
Dr.
When you spend your life
Karsari
fighting,
would.
it's easy to forget why. You secured the Barrager, stormed the Goranth Brig, freed Sobrik. The Republic is completely in your debt.
The Empire has to learn that independent worlds aren't theirs to take.
Balmora's been an effective lesson. If war breaks out, the Republic will be ready. There's a lot of work ahead, but Balmora's free. That's what's important. Good luck to you.
You'll live.
You know, I kind of like that Commander Medine. He's a bit of a prick, to be sure, and seems to be a bit too much of an ends justify the means kind of guy for me to really be able to get along with him. But he's nice enough, and he seems to recognize how he was kind of going too far because... And that line he said at the end, when you spend your whole life fighting, sometimes you forget why. I like that. It really kind of shows how he knows that he was maybe wrong in a degree. Maybe somewhat wrong. He knows that. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm grabbing a bunch of stuff to sell that I no longer need. Well, sell and give to Kira. But I'm going to be doing that off camera. Anyways, this recording has been going on for quite a long time, and it's been a bit sporadic, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna call it here. This has been Dark Phoenix Ninja 92, and you've been watching my Let's Play Star Wars The Old Republic, the Jedi Knight storyline with Sogohi and Kira. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then please like, comment, or subscribe if you'd like to see more, and please check out some of my other videos. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time, everyone. See you then, folks. See you then.